Friends, in this video, I'd like to write a program which can change the MAC address of a network interface card or network interface controller. As you can see over here, the MAC address is assigned by different vendors. And as a pen tester or hacker, sometimes we need to change the MAC address of the interface card. For example, to bypass access control, or we just want to stay anonymously to surf internet. So now we can go into the Kali Linux VM and the editor, the PyCharm editor to start write our program. The major module I'd like to use is Subpress. We can import Subpress. And the second module I'd like to use is sys. Yeah, this module can help us to control the program, like capture the arguments and the values inputted by the user, and also can exit the program. And the next module I'd like to use is OptiPass. Yeah, this one can capture the arguments and its value specified by the user. Next, so now, in this program, I'd like to use the object-oriented programming method. So we can use the class and we can call it my Mac changer. Firstly, we need to structure this code. For example, as the first method, as always, would be init. And at this moment, we just use the pass, and then after we structure the entire code, and then we come back to this method to write detailed code. The next one, I'd like to define or declare the method params. This one will capture the arguments and its values provided by the user. Next would be the major method and the pass. Next we can make judgment. Name. If this code of this file is imported into other file, and the following code will not be executed. I think this is a very common practice, the coding practice. So we can create object for our own class. For example, like a changer, my, and then we can run this, its main method, run. Now we need to go back to the class block. The first I'd like to write is get parameters method. We can create the parser object OptiPass, and we can print the usage, and we can use the argument option I as interface, and the MAC address. All right, so now we can argue the script name itself. This would be the first element in this list, archive arguments value. All right, and then we can add the option. The first option would be the interface, and the test should be interface, and the type is string. And also we can put the help message, specify interface, to change MAC address. Next, we can add the second option. The second option is new MAC address. And test is MAC address. And the type is a string as well. And also we can give it help message, specify new MAC address. And then we can capture the arguments and its values. Arguments, parser. And we can make some judgment if the user doesn't specify the options. For example, like interface is long, or options, MAC address is long. And we can print error message, parser usage attribute contains the usage of the options. And then we can exit the program. If no error, or in other words, the user has specified the options and the values correctly, then we can return options interface, options arguments, or not arguments, the MAC address. And then we can capture these two values and save into attributes of the object. The first attribute of object would be interface. And we can save the first element of the tuple is interface. And the MAC address, self. The second element is MAC address. Now we need to write the major method of this class. And first of all, we can use the try and except to capture any exception or error as E. So the error message can be stored into the E variable. We can print out something like something is wrong. And we can print out the detailed error message. And then we can exit from the program. Now we need to write the function or the major logic to change the IP address. The MAC address, not IP address. The first one, of course, we need to use the subpress module, and the method is core. And we need to pass the list. The first one, the first option is ifconfig. We need to shut down the interface. And then done. All right? After we shut down the interface, and then we need to run, we can change the MAC address. Here we need to specify the interface. And the second one, hardware. And the next one is ESR, and followed by the new address. All right? And then we can add one more space between them. Next, we can enable the interface subpress ifconfig and interface up. All right, I think we have already completed the entire code. Next, we need to test our script or program. And now we can check the MAC address, the current, this is this MAC address. So now how to do, we can test Python MAC, and if we do not need, if we don't specify interface, and then the program can print out some usage. And of course, this usage is very helpful for the user. So we want to change the MAC address of the first interface, and we just make small change, 1. Let's press enter. Or maybe this MAC address is invalid, so we can try to, for example, like 0010. Yeah, it's correct. It's valid. So now we can ifconfig to confirm our modification has been executed successfully. Yeah, as you can see over here. All right, so that's pretty much it. I'd like to see you in the next one. Bye. Have a nice day.